Okay, I'm going to show you how to install a window today, how to zip this rubber together. And what it takes is some special tools. I got this, my dad had this clear back from in the 60s, came from Caterpillar. And this end is the tool that's going to lock this. But if you're going to use this thing, wear eyeglasses. Wear some good protection. Otherwise you slip off and jam that in your eye. You are going to be blind. So I got to go around this and make sure it's unlocked on these corners real good. So the reason I'm putting a new window in here is I had a new one cut years ago and I should have checked this. But anyway, the old window was not cut correctly. So when I got the new one in, and I actually got the rubber pushed in the corners, it kept trying to fall out in this top corner. So what we did is we put cardboard in here and traced it out, and then took it to the window guy, and he, based on this right here, he narrows that line up around on the cardboard and then cuts it accordingly. I don't know how much he subtracts off of here. That almost looks like 1/4 of an inch. 1/8 or 1/4 is what he takes off. So I got this tool, and then I use one of these. And I don't know where this came from either, but this is a really good tool for getting in here and going around the rubber and getting the window to initially go in there. So next step is to get some window cleaner. And what I do is I spray the window cleaner around in here to kind of lube it up a little bit. And this ain't the easiest to do because it's this top window and I ain't got no help. So I'm on the ladder doing this, so I hope I don't drop it. My hands are cold. I'm gonna have to get the gloves off. Set that in there. Now I'm ready for the window.
Yes. And so, the initial challenge without dropping it is to get it started in here. As you can see, I'm going to have trouble. I think I'm going to have some trouble. Nope. Look at there. So I got I put that window cleaner inside. Dang it. I should have left it outside. That's tight. Oh, yummy. Tight. Away, Cameron. I can't get around you in the way. Come on, man. That's ready to go in.
Come on. Okay. Frank. That's funny. Frank ain't gonna like that. It's still funny. The other F word. Frank. Oh Lord, I apologize, Frank. I love you, man. and. Look at that. Zipping up like a coat. Slick as a whistle. Slick as a whistle. Up and over the top. Across the top. And down to the final home stretch. Jeff wins. Well, that was too easy. That was like just way too easy. How can that possibly be? Okay, new window is in. This is old rubber, and it shrinks over time. And the best way to minimize that is when you put the new rubber in, is when you come to where you're going to cut it off, really push it over and compress it on both sides. That way, as it shrinks, you won't have such a huge gap in it. The only way to really fix this is go ahead and cut a chunk out, get a new piece, get it in there super tight. But I'll just fill it full of silicone. It don't matter. It's nice. Need some paper towels and clean the window off. We're ready to go. So I'm sitting here watching this auction. I've registered to bid. I'm going to bid on this roller. Terex SP 2010 anyway. Tony Spresser hooked me up to this. Gave me a heads up. So he's at the sale. I told him to run over to the camera and wave. Let's see if he does. Ha! There's Tony right there. Wearing the old Kenny hat. Hi, Tony. What you gonna buy today, bud? Tony hooked me up to this sale. I'm gonna bid on this roller. Here he comes. Oh, Tony, that's funny. I gave up at 6. That thing, Tony says it does have 43,000 hours on the meter. That's a first gen Cummins in there. Tony only lives a mile away. He could drive it to his house, he said. Hey, so an update to this sale. So this roller sold for 12 grand. The owner bought it back. Yep, you heard me right. So this really isn't an auction. This is a sale. Apparently this guy that owns a roller bought this at a Ritchie Brothers auction. Because Ritchie Brothers is actually an auction. They do not allow you to bid on your stuff. You can't buy it back. You can't have somebody buy it back for you. If they find out, they will ban you from their auctions forever. They're pretty harsh, pretty strict on that. But Tony was nice enough to go down and have a look at it. This thing on the hour meter actually has 43,000 hours on it. So appreciate that, Tony. Tony's the one that makes the filthy horse silhouettes for me. But apparently the guy needs 15,000 out of it. I don't think he's ever going to get it. So he bought it back for 12 grand. So I'm sure it cost him a buyer's premium and whatever. So now I don't know what he's going to do with it. But I thought the hour meter was possibly a mistake, but apparently it's not. Now this thing has a first-gen Cummins with the old, the early Bosch fuel system, not the later P-pump. So I'm assuming it's probably something in the, early 90s, I'm guessing. Anyway, would have been cool because Tony said he could have drove it down the road a mile to his place and parked it there, and then we could have figured out how to get it. But anyway, thanks for doing that, Tony. Man, I really appreciate it. That was fun.